John Gibbons, the manager of the Toronto Blue Jays, he's not jumped off the ledge yet. He joins us on the Jeff Blair Show. What floor are you? What floor are you on in the hotel, man?
21st.
I just won't. I won't go. I won't go anywhere. So, John,
I won't jump, but somebody might push me.
I don't know about that. I think you're okay for at least another week. Let me ask you about your before we talk about Josh Johnson. Walk us through what happened last night in the 7th inning and your ejection from that game. Did Joe Girardi did he ask for a review or what?
No, I mean that was the whole issue basically there. Laurie made the throw to first base, short hop Edwin over there a little bit, and it looked like he caught the ball, and they got together. I think that shocked everybody. And then they changed the ruling, and as the umpire was walking off the field, he was kind of doing that juggling sign, like he juggled the ball, which definitely didn't happen. So I went out there to argue, and they said, well, basically they're trying to get the play right. And I said, well, there was no appeal from the other side. And I said, my understanding of the rule is you have to appeal from the other side before you could do that. And even if there was no, should have been like the NFL, no conclusive evidence there to overturn a play, I would think, if they're talking about those things. So that's basically all that happened. Even I saw the replay after the game. I didn't see enough there to overturn the original call, and especially with no argument from the other side.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that. I saw that play, and whether it was right or wrong, I mean, let's face it, the Blue Jays got the bad end of that stick, and as soon as you came out of that dugout, I knew Gibby was going to go. I mean, I just knew it, and I'm glad you. I'm glad you did. I'm not obviously glad you got thrown out of the game, but I'm glad you fought. I mean, as a player, that makes me feel good that my manager's standing up for me, and I applaud that effort because it was one of those times completely warranted. So, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, you look at the situation, with the guy's called out, and we're going to walk Cano there and face Vernon with the right-hander, but now we're, now they overturned it. We got to face Cano. And you know how dangerous he is. And
yep.
Either one of them right now, Vernon's swinging the bat so well, you don't want to face either one of them at that time. But luckily, none of those runs scored.
So how truly serious is Josh Johnson? Is this something that is really concerning the Jays, or is this precautionary?
Yeah, we don't think it's a big deal. I mean, he's going to get looked at today. It's in his bicep area. And one of those things our thinking is we need to get rid of it before it lingers.
Sure.
Those things have been snuck up on us lately. Dickey with his back like that. So, we don't think it's any big deal, but it may make sense. Especially with the off day coming up Monday, we can push those guys back and give them a few extra days, and he should be fine.
John Gibbons joins us on Baseball Central. John, when you look at the injury to R.A. Dickey, or this, whatever you want to call it, the tweak that R.A. Dickey has, this tweak on the part of Josh Johnson, Brandon Morrow's had some velocity issues, and just the start of the season in general. Would you have done something differently in spring training this year?
No, Jeff. I wouldn't. They all got their normal workload that they always get. If anything, spring training was a little bit longer. So,
mm-hmm.
That's you always wonder, and you think about things. Well, was it something we maybe could have done better, like you said in spring training? But no, I don't think there's anything to that. Maybe you look back, you don't make excuses. But maybe that time in Detroit with the crappy weather, might have got him a little bit. Who knows? But it definitely hasn't been from overwork. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So now with some starting pitchers going down, and again, we're talking to John Gibbons, manager of the Toronto Blue Jays. I have to ask, we were all thinking about Ricky Romero coming back, if somebody got hurt, but we haven't heard virtually anything about Ricky Romero. We know he's making a start today in Single A Dunedin. Is there anything that you know about Ricky, how he's been progressing that you can share with us?
Well, Pete's in constant contact with Dane Johnson down there, and they say everything looks good. Now it's just, it was one of those things, get him, keep him working on the side so he feels comfortable, with his adjustments that he's made, and then before we put him in the game. And today's the first day, so he's raring to go. It seems like it's been a long time. We haven't talked about it much, but if he catches on quick with it, a couple starts down there, who knows what might happen. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but he's progressing like he wants. He's feeling good. Everything's moving in the right direction. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
John, would he most likely, if he gets this, if it's okay, he would most likely need to progress a bit, right? Like he would have to go to AA or AAA before coming up.
Well, I don't know if you need to go through all the stops, but he'd need to make a few starts down there.
Right.
It's been a month since spring training. He's getting plenty of work on the side, but it's still not game conditions. So, I don't know. I don't know whether he needs to move up the ladder at all, or he can just do it down there. Would probably be fine, I would think.
So, John, do you know the name Jim Negrin?
Oh yeah, 500 hitting Joe Negrin.
Yeah, that's right, man. He's hitting 500 in AAA right now. Obviously, you can't, as the host of a radio show, vote for someone to get called up to a team, but I mean, that's some incredible hitting he's doing down there. The Blue Jays, they're aware that he is there, correct?
No doubt about it. I tell you what, Jimmy had a great spring training too. He came into camp really as an unknown. He's a local kid in Buffalo there, so he's definitely a fan favorite. He wasn't playing a whole lot early on in spring, and then he got a chance to get in some games, and he just started hitting, and he kept hitting, and I think he had the top spring training of all our hitters down there, and then he just kept it up. So some guys are born to hit, and he's one of them. So we definitely know where he's at. We'll put it that way.
John, is there a chance that if the offense continues to scuffle, you might see him up here?
Who knows? I mean, we'll look at all options because we got to, we got to make something happen. We got to get this thing rolling. So I think you're stupid to eliminate anybody and not consider all options.
John, when will Adam Lind rejoin the team? Do we know yet?
He may come back in tonight and be available for tomorrow. We're not sure. That's a possibility. If not, his 3 days would expire then tomorrow, and he should definitely be here Sunday anyway. He'll be either here ready to go tomorrow or Sunday.
Did you guys did you put together like a little baseball themed baby shower for him? Like a bat bag full of diapers or anything?
Dave, more pressing issues at the time, I think.
John, listen, we appreciate you joining us this morning. As always, thanks very much.
All right, guys.
Take care. That is John Gibbons, manager of the Toronto Blue Jays.